Hello and welcome to the 100 Day Art Challenge. This video will be number 61 of 100 and I will be today showing you how I tried to do a drawing. It's probably about a 5-minute pose on a life drawing session that I was invited to. This was courtesy of Alex Castaneda, who runs Caffeine Heroes, which is a group that does life drawing, I think, every week. Fantastic guy and great channel. I will leave links in the description of this video. I struggled with this session. It's been a while since I've done a life drawing session, so I really did struggle to calm myself down and make decent observations, make good decisions fast and commit to them in order to attempt some rendering that I wanted to do towards the end. So I did let my drawing time run over the time of the pose. So that's just something which I'm trying to improve on at the moment, even though I've done a couple of life drawing sessions since and I've had the same issue. And I think it's just practice, and not just practice, but I'm out of practice. I'm always an advocate for practice is one thing and it's very important, but if you don't critically analyze what you're doing and why you're doing it, then practice won't really be enough. You need to critique your own work and you need to seek improvement and try to strive to just level up on how you're approaching drawing, observation, perspective, proportion, all the fundamentals. They're all built on top of this framework, and if you don't hold it all together, one of those things, such as practice, won't be enough. Just like being self-critical isn't enough without practice. So but it was still enjoyable, and it feels like going to the gym. That's how I describe it afterwards. The model was absolutely fantastic. Again, I will leave a link in the description. Streaky Hutch, I believe she calls herself, and I've seen her a couple of times. She started running her own life drawing sessions as well, and it was just really nice to be with a group of people who really push to improve on how they approach drawing the human form. And it was amazing poses, really nice, and it's such a good vibe with the group. So with this, I know that it's not the best filming as well, because normally I like to film so that it's looking straight down at the surface that I'm drawing on, but for my own comfort in this video I have the camera behind me and to the right, as you can see, so it's looking over my shoulder, which would be fine except I'm right-handed, so my hand is obscuring the marks that I'm making. So apologies for that. I will try to improve on that. There's another life drawing video that will be coming up tomorrow, and that one is not the same camera angle as this. I'm not drawing on the desk. I have a presentation pad that I draw on for the next video, so look out for that and see what you think, see if that's any better. But hopefully you'll be able to see some of the decisions I make, because I'm trying to get closer angles. Another thing that I don't do here, and this isn't going to be all self-loathing in this video, but another thing that I don't do very well is I don't sharpen up the focus so that you can see clearly what I'm drawing. I don't know why I neglected to do that. Normally when I set up my camera, I zoom it in to whatever the point of focus will be, and then I ensure that the focus is as sharp as possible, and then I can zoom back out, because so long as it's focused on the point that I want it to be, I can zoom the camera out and then I can crop the video afterwards. But I didn't do that this time. I think I'm a bit manic before starting one of these sessions. I don't do it very often, as I said earlier, so it caught me a bit off guard, and I was just running circles around my room trying to find these different tins of pencils and charcoal sticks, and you can see them on my desk there. I tried to have everything and be prepared with every tool, and I end up using probably 2 of the things on the desk. But it's important to have decent, reliable tools with you when you're doing these types of sessions, and I do recommend them in case you've never done life drawing sessions. It's so important. One of the things that I think is not necessarily understood by people who don't do life drawing is that when you do this, you start to appreciate abstraction, and it's something which I've noticed is that in order to render an image of someone posing in certain positions, you'll have foreshortening to the extent where it becomes an abstract shape. And if you try to draw a bent knee, and you don't draw it as an abstraction, then you will have the wrong angle. You won't be drawing it correctly. I've interviewed artists before who've said that they approach it by telling students and telling themselves that whatever the subject is doesn't exist anymore. They're seeing everything in abstract forms, and that way they only focus on the relation between the objects, the negative space and how that affects the surroundings. Things like that can be really crucial to improving upon what you're doing and ensuring that you have more accurate forms and perspective and foreshortening in these key areas. And that point which I'm shading in there is the abstract shape, because it is the bent knee. And this isn't an amazing drawing, but I quite like it still, even though it's a bit short. As I said, it's a 5-minute pose, but it's already gone over 5 minutes, and I'm pretty sure if I had the sound on for the session, which I won't do for to respect people's privacy, I think you would hear that the session's probably finished, and what I'm doing now is just I'm going to continue with certain aspects of the drawing. So when I put it down there, it's probably everyone resetting and either going on a break, or the point where the model starts another pose and everyone's just kind of touching up a bit of their drawing. So that's all I'm doing here, is just I didn't have enough time to put the foot in, so I quickly draw in the rest of the foot. And the reason I think it's a 5-minute pose is that I write 5 minutes underneath it, so I'm pretty certain that's all I had to look at was 5 minutes. And then all of this afterwards is just me doing little smudges here and there to try and add a bit of tone and just a bit of nuance to certain areas, so that you can appreciate what type of planes and angles I'm trying to describe on the human body. And it's important things like that, and that's what makes this drawing a bit more interesting for me, is to try and get some of this soft shading happening. I wish I could have done more. If I were more well versed in how to do this, I could have tried to capture some of the nuance of the human body, but it didn't happen. But there we are, that's the drawing that I got done. I hope you enjoyed the video. I certainly did enjoy the session. I will try to show more of these, and I'm going to have a special video on my Patreon channel soon, because I have had the permission of Strakey Hutch and another model who joined her, and I paid for a recording and had the permission to share the video. But it's going to be on Patreon, because on YouTube you will be censored for doing these types of things. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you tomorrow.